Encountering the king of beasts, the initial reaction and setting of the dream began in an unfamiliar yet strangely serene landscape. I found myself standing in a vast, open field, where the golden hues of the setting sun bathed everything in a warm glow. The air was still, filled with a sense of mystery, as if something powerful was about to unfold. Suddenly, from the distance, a movement caught my eye. Emerging from behind the tall grass, a magnificent lion stepped forward, its mane flowing with the breeze, its eyes piercing and filled with an unspoken message. At that moment, a wave of emotions rushed through me. My heart pounded in my chest, torn between awe and fear. The lion, known as the king of beasts, stood just a few feet away. It was massive, exuding authority and raw power. My mind raced with questions. Was it here to attack me? Was I in danger? Or was this simply an encounter meant to test my courage?
Despite my apprehension, I felt strangely rooted in place, unable to run, yet unwilling to submit to fear. The environment played a crucial role in the experience. The vastness of the field made me feel exposed, yet the golden sunlight gave the moment an almost mythical quality. It was as if time had slowed, allowing me to truly absorb the presence of this mighty creature. The lion, majestic and unchallenged, stood as a symbol of dominance and control. It didn't snarl, nor did it show aggression, but its mere presence demanded my attention and respect. This first encounter set the tone for the entire dream. It was not just about seeing a lion, it was about what the lion represented. A test of courage, a moment of self-realization, and an invitation to face something greater than myself. The lion's behavior. Was it calm, aggressive, chasing, or simply watching? As I stood frozen in place, my gaze locked onto the lion's powerful form. Every fiber of my being expected it to charge, to roar, to display the raw aggression that one would expect from such a dominant predator. But to my surprise, it did none of those things. The lion simply watched me, its golden eyes scanning me with an intensity that sent shivers down my spine. It neither growled nor moved closer, just an unspoken tension in the air, as if it were evaluating me. This lack of immediate aggression made the dream even more unsettling. If the lion had chased me, I would have understood the dream as a manifestation of fear, of something in my waking life that I was desperately trying to avoid. If it had attacked, it would have been a sign of an impending challenge that I needed to prepare for. But its stillness, its quiet yet authoritative stance, felt more profound. It was not here to harm me, at least not in a physical sense. Instead, it seemed to be testing me, waiting to see how I would react in its presence. At times it would flick its tail, a subtle sign of its readiness to act if necessary. Its breathing was steady, powerful but controlled. This calmness was not weakness, it was restraint. It was as if the lion was aware of its dominance and had no need to prove it through force. I realized that its behavior was a reflection of something deeper within me. Perhaps the lion symbolized my own untapped strength, a challenge I was meant to face with confidence rather than fear. In this moment, I had a choice: to run, to submit to fear, or to meet its gaze with equal determination. The lion's behavior was not just about what it did, it was about what it made me feel. Personal emotions in the dream: fear, awe, control, or confusion. As I stood before the lion, a storm of emotions surged through me, each one battling for dominance. The first and most natural response was fear. My instincts screamed at me to run, to escape before the beast decided to attack. My heart pounded in my chest, my breath shallow, as adrenaline flooded my veins. But something held me in place. Was it the sheer power of the moment, or something deeper within me? Fear, however, was not the only emotion I felt. There was an undeniable sense of awe. The lion's majestic presence was overwhelming. Its golden mane, the quiet strength in its posture, the depth of its gaze. It was a creature of raw power and untamed beauty. Despite the initial terror, I couldn't help but admire its grandeur. It wasn't just an animal, it felt like a force of nature, something beyond the physical realm. The way it stood, calm and observant, made me feel as though it was more than just a beast. It was a symbol, a message, something I was meant to understand. At the same time, confusion clouded my mind. What did this encounter mean? Why was the lion here, watching me so intently? It wasn't attacking, yet it wasn't leaving either. Was it a challenge, a warning, Or was it reflecting something within myself? My mind searched for an answer, but none came. Then, amid all the uncertainty, I felt an unexpected shift. A sense of control. Though fear still lingered, I realized that I was not helpless. The lion hadn't attacked because it didn't need to. Maybe this was not a confrontation, but a test of courage. My fear began to settle, replaced by the realization that I could choose how to respond. In that moment, I felt stronger, more grounded. The lion was no longer just a source of fear. It was an invitation to step into my own power. Symbolism of the lion: strength, authority, danger, or inner conflict. The lion in my dream was more than just an animal. It was a powerful symbol, carrying multiple layers of meaning. As I stood before it, I could feel its immense strength, not just in its muscular frame, but in its sheer presence. The lion did not need to roar or attack to establish its dominance. Its very existence exuded power. In this way, the dream seemed to be reminding me of my own inner strength, urging me to embrace my potential rather than doubt myself. Beyond strength, the lion embodied authority. It was the undisputed ruler of its domain, much like a leader who commands respect without force. Seeing the lion in my dream made me question my own role in life. Was I stepping into my power, or was I shying away from responsibilities that required confidence and leadership? Perhaps the lion was a manifestation of a figure in my life, someone in a position of control or guidance whose presence affected me deeply. Yet, despite its noble qualities, the lion also carried an element of danger. It was a predator, and its power could just as easily be destructive. This made me reflect on whether there were external threats in my life, challenges, rivals, or even internal fears that I had been avoiding. The dream might have been a warning, telling me to stay alert and prepared for an impending struggle. Most intriguingly, the lion could have symbolized inner conflict. Its calm yet intense gaze felt like a mirror, reflecting something within me. Was I struggling between fear and courage, control and submission? Did I need to tame a wild aspect of myself, or was the lion a representation of a hidden force within me waiting to be unleashed? In the end, the lion was not just a dream figure. It was a message, urging me to acknowledge my own power, face my fears, and embrace the strength that had always been within me. Possible meanings, based on context: power struggle, hidden fears, upcoming challenges, or protection. The meaning of the lion in my dream depended heavily on the context in which I encountered it. Every detail, the setting, the lion's behavior, and my own emotions shaped its significance, pointing toward different possible interpretations. One possible meaning was that the lion symbolized a power struggle. Perhaps, in my waking life, I was facing a situation where I needed to assert myself or challenge someone's authority. The lion's presence might have represented an individual, maybe a boss, a rival, or even a part of myself, that held dominance over a situation. Was I struggling to take control of my own destiny? Did I need to stand my ground and claim my rightful place? The lion's quiet strength could have been a reminder that true power doesn't always come from aggression, but from confidence and presence. Alternatively, the dream could have revealed hidden fears. The lion, a mighty and intimidating force, might have represented an unresolved fear lurking in my subconscious. Was I avoiding something important? Was there a decision I was afraid to make, or a confrontation I had been postponing? The lion's watchful stance could have been a challenge, forcing me to acknowledge and face what I had been running from. The lion might have also been a sign of upcoming challenges. In many cultures, encountering a lion in a dream is seen as a test, an indication that I will soon face difficulties requiring strength and perseverance. Whether it was a personal battle, a career hurdle, or a major life decision, the lion could have been preparing me for a trial that would demand courage and determination. On the other hand, the lion's presence might not have been a threat at all, but rather a form of protection. If I had felt safe despite the lion's dominance, it could have represented a guiding force, perhaps a mentor, a spiritual guardian, or even an inner strength that I hadn't fully realized. Instead of danger, the lion could have been reassuring me that I had the strength to face whatever lay ahead. Ultimately, the lion's meaning depended on how I interpreted my own emotions and life circumstances. Whether a challenge, a warning, or a symbol of power, the dream encouraged me to reflect on my inner strength and the path I was meant to take. How this dream relates to my life. Waking up from this dream, I couldn't shake the feeling that the lion was more than just a random image. It was deeply connected to my life. It felt as if my subconscious was trying to send me a message, urging me to reflect on my current challenges, emotions, and personal growth. The first connection I made was to my inner strength and confidence. Lately, I have found myself in situations where I needed to assert myself, whether in my personal relationships or professional life. There have been moments of hesitation where I doubted my ability to lead, make decisions, or stand firm in the face of opposition. The lion in my dream, standing strong and unchallenged, felt like a reminder that I, too, possess that kind of power. I just need to recognize and embrace it. Another way this dream resonated with me was through the theme of fear and confrontation. The way the lion watched me without attacking mirrored a real-life situation where I have been avoiding something, perhaps a difficult conversation, a major decision, or an internal struggle. Just like in the dream, running away wasn't the answer. Instead, I needed to face my fears, stand my ground, and trust that I had the strength to handle whatever was in front of me. This dream also made me think about protection and guidance. Was the lion a symbol of someone or something watching over me? I have recently felt uncertain about my path, unsure if I was making the right choices. The lion's presence, calm yet powerful, seemed to suggest that I was not alone, that strength and wisdom were within reach if I only chose to acknowledge them. In essence, this dream wasn't just a random experience. It was a reflection of my current state of mind. Whether it was about finding courage, embracing leadership, facing fears, or trusting in unseen guidance, the lion's presence in my dream left me with a clear realization. I have the strength I need to face whatever lies ahead.